robot, but it is controlled by living brain cells like those inside your head. Researchers...
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged.
Grow collections around 3,000 rat brain cells at the lab. The cells grow collections with each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into its muscles.
Some are hard to found out to respond predictably. Signals from robots or ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output from these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
Powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other
that
and try to
control
mimic the stride length.
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here
doing it,
it
and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I had 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
To master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start freezing, so it does do that a lot, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
In communicating robot wirelessly, the team plan to use their robot brain power on new pattern behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
Brave, yo, brave, yo. Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard! Action Bastard, I need you! Action Bastard, I need you! Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, what? What? Oh. Yeah, what was in this shit?
Yeah, what was in this shit, man? All right, folks, welcome to another Crackpot Conspiracies, and we are delving further down the rabbits of the holes. I hope you all enjoyed the cute little thumbnail that I made for this stream. I'm going to keep making more and more of things that are kind of like that, and we're going to do other kinds of the crack of the pots as well for it. But anyways, let's get to bringing in our guests, and of course, our co-host and everybody's favorite.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Yes, I guess you're right.
So I'm everybody's favorite dumbass, or what am I?
You mean everybody's favorite?
You dumbass!
That
yes,
one?
Yes. That kind of like that, yeah.
Did you have fun watching the first episode of Milk Chan?
It was interesting.
You literally have to get through like 5 episodes for stuff to start making sense, because like they do throw you into a universe.
Wait! It will end up making sense.
Yes. Eventually, even though it is like out there as crap, and they do the weird like cutscenes of like real video instead of just being a cartoon that is random as crap. But if you watch like 5 episodes, you can kind of understand what is kind of going on, I guess.
Get thrown in there right away. Like there's no explanation. Like who is this character?
Yeah.
Like what do they usually do?
Yeah. Why do they owe money to everybody and their mom? Who's the president? And there's a handful of things. The ants live under the floors, and there's so many things.
Yeah.
It's very. I didn't realize how random it was until I rewatched it again, because when I watched it the first time, I went and watched the first 2 seasons or something like that, like almost immediately. Like it was like back to back to back to back to back. Then just when I watched it the other day, I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking random. It's insane. Like, luckily, I already knew who the president was, the landlord that's trying to get the money, how she doesn't have a job, even though she's like a 6-year-old kid or an 8-year-old kid. And then, like, oh my Jeebus. And then the maid vacuum cleaner plus aquarium or whatever, that thing. I mean, oh my God, there's so much craziness. Yeah, she
abuses her.
No, anyways, let's bring in
Fuck's
everybody
sake.
else before we go on a longer of a tangent. But if you've never seen Milk Chan, go and watch that. It's on the YouTubes. You can find a playlist for it. So let's bring in our guests, and of course we have our
Mama.
Oh, mama.
There we blow. Hello.
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 What we have here then?
Did you say hello?
Oh, yeah.
What did you say hello? No,
What
I said
soul
hello,
is?
but that's close enough. Anyways. I love the labyrinth so much. Anyways, speaking of that, I'm gonna make a new intro and I'm gonna be using a bunch of things and stuff for that. And I used that sample in the first one of the last albums that I put out. The first song was that whole thing where she's talking to the little worm in the beginning of the labyrinth. It's very cute. Anyways, let's crack on. How are you both doing? Just making sure I said that right quick first.
Doing good.
I'm great.
Doing good.
Great.
Awesome. Oh my Jeebus. Well, we're already getting into a great side chat because we have the Ollie Men.
Hello, Ollie.
Hi, Ollie.
And Ollie, if you ever want to join us, just let us know. If for some reason if you're for some reason not getting the link or you're not seeing it or something, you can always let us know.
The link is always in the Discord, people.
Well, but anyways, if you would like a direct link, all y'all can just fucking hit us up.
Yeah, hit me up
and ask for one, because not to be a dick, but I kind of like when I send out 20 every single day and not everybody shows up, I feel like I'm just filling your inbox with links for no reason. So that's kind of why we aren't doing that directly as much anymore. And we're just putting it in like public places, and we figure that all of you can see that, and then y'all can join if you'd like. So if you feel like we're just not sending them to you anymore and we're being arseholes, that's not exactly it. It's just there's so many people that we send them to, and not everybody can join every single time, that I just don't want to make you're at work and your Discord's going off and you're like, fuck you, Slam, I can't fucking join because I'm fucking working or something, or having a baby, or I don't know what the fuck you all do out there. Anyways, everybody say hello, baby.
We all dungeon to deal with.
Yes, and then the Bill Portleys.
Hey, Bill.
Well, how is you today?
We have a Jay Troy.
Hey, Jay Troy.
A Drewzilla.
Drewzilla. Hello.
And our lovely of the mangoes.
The mangoes. And an almond.
Mango.
Yes.
We got another Canadian.
I know. Hold on. Oh yeah. Mangoes, if you can join us, that'd be amazing. If not, we totally understand. I had fun listening for the 5 minutes that I could listen to y'all talking about the bucket. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna say the bucket most. God, thanks for ruining. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. I'm like, my dad walks into the warehouse. I'm like, click. Yeah, we're not listening to that. I don't want my dad walking in there talking about that.
Right?
Why not?
No bucket talk, because it would take like a half an hour to explain why we were why, and then the further that he was listening while I'm explaining it, it's gonna get worse and worse. He's like, "Who's Rev and why does he have a baby carrot?" what is what? Why does
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's gonna be like a whole like
It's like when you're watching a soap opera and somebody walks in and like, what's going on here? Oh, I have to. It's too long to explain. Can't
exactly.
really
You're like, this lady
So much
had sex
going
with
on.
this and that and this, and they had like a baby, and then this, and then now she's in the hospital with herpes because she had sex with a pool boy, and you're like, Jesus, there's too much information. Anyways, so everybody say hello to the demons.
TLDR.
Yeah. Everybody say hello to demon.
Yeah, woohoo!
Hey, demon. West Side.
And Westside just became a member for 3 months.
Member for 3 months. Holy fuck shit.
We're finally getting up into the months of this, and it'll be amazing once we're at the years. Like, I'm looking forward to having somebody be a year-old member. Yes, you still owe me some alert, even though I fucking hate that stuff. But I will drink it if y'all.
You and Irish Demon.
Send
Irish
it to
Demon's
me.
not a fan either.
I hate that stuff.
Hey, Al, get well soon.
Yes, please do.
Hey, Al. Yeah, get better, hon.
And we have, of course, our channel sponsor, who's the Schizo, the Crasher.
Hey, Skits. Hey, Drew.
Well, yeah, and then here is their channel sponsors commercial.
Wow. Slim.
Oh my Jeebus.
That's 2 more months.
Jeebus.
And then you got
you all son of a bee sting.
5 months, huh?
Well, we have a Schizo Crasher for the 10 of the months.
Yeah, so 2 more months, and then that'll be a year.
Almost. We're almost there, which I can't even fucking believe that I've been monetized for that fucking long. Yeah. And it's even more trippier to me that thinking about when I began doing game streaming or when I began actually streaming with y'all. And I not everybody was there when I first began doing this. I think Mama is probably the first person that I ran across doing this, and then Brainless, and then obviously Dob.
Yeah.
But Mango I ran across a long time ago as well. And a couple other people, but it's amazing and trippy to think about how long ago it was that I was forced to stumble into the flat Earth, and that literally is where I was like, "Shut the fuck up! There's no way people believe that the fucking Earth is flat." And then FTFE, Simon Dan, and Creaky Binder, and a couple people, I was like, what?
Did you say Binder or Blinder?
Blinder. I said Binder, but it's Blinder.
I was gonna say I heard Binder.
It's the Creaky Binder. Here when he opens up the binder.
Yep.
Anyways.
No, Slim. That's my binder. With the spank bank. That's the.
Well, that's
you
the
open
page.
That up, it sounds kind of creaky and crackly.
Well, that's the pages that are sticking together. They go. Anyways, I don't know that from personal experience or nothing. Anyways. Oh, Jeebus Christ. Okay, so it's amazing that we've been doing this long, and that y'all are still fucking here. Like, I can't even believe that I'm not doing this to nobody right now. Even though, Brainless knows, even if there's nobody watching, I would still be doing this shit. Yep. But thank you all for being here, making it worth all of our times. And I'm
Brainless now knows you've got to clean it before you eat it.
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it. Totally, because otherwise you get in a mouth infection. But never mind. So let's crack on with Rob is here. How are you doing, Rob?
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Not
good
flat,
to see you.
It has mountains. Exactly.
Right. Yes, it does have mountains. Yes, it does have topography.
It's not flat like my ex-girlfriend. Anyways, that's something different. Ah, Jeebus. Even though I'm pretty. Never mind. Most of my exes usually were not at all. They had huge. Anyways. So let's crack on. I know that most of us. Yeah. I know most of us.
Hi to Al Trucker. I don't think we did. Hi, Al.
We did. We said Al.
Yes.
We even said get well soon.
We wished him. Yes.
Oh. Let me.
Yeah.
Wrong account. Yes,
that's fine. That's fine.
I know.
You can always,
no worries, Rob.
And you can always be on your other accounts on here as well. It doesn't matter.
We won't tell you that it's your wrong account.
Yeah. Anyways,
we won't tell your good account that you've been cheating.
Yes, and I know that we've seen. I know most of us have seen this before, but I felt like we have to go over this again. So you're welcome, everybody.
What happened back here in this dry creek bed? I was back here looking. I thought one of my dogs was back here, and I was like, "How'd the dog get out of the yard?" I saw a bunch of, movement, and then I got back and well, maybe it's a deer. And then I was worried about my dogs because there's a lot of big Sasquatch in this area. I didn't have a gun with me, and so I got back here, and that's when I saw the female Sasquatch. She tore out of the bushes, knocked me down on the ground, and I killed. I'm like grabbing for a gun, and then I realized I didn't bring a gun with me.
You don't hold a weapon like that.
He does not. I actually showed my husband this, and he was like, "That's not how you hold a gun."
Yeah. So once again, most likely this is a sat of the Matires.
A scat squatch. Exactly. It was scatting in there is what happened.
Yeah, it was scat.
We're just going to the bathroom. Come on, man.
Well, just wait until you hear what he says about what happened to him with this female Sasquatch. I'm going to say that in motherfucking quotes again and again. Right. So anyways, let's crack on with this. And yeah, you never hold your weapon like that. So I'm getting, I guess that it is most likely motherfucking
Winters.
satire,
Hey,
but
no worries,
Winters.
I've done that before. I've been on the wrong account. Went, oops.
Yeah, that was the wrong account. I didn't knew that, but I was like, which account is that again?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to switch for me to say hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's crack on with this to start off with all of this that we're going over today is going to be hilariously stupid because I found some insanity other than this. And I know we've watched this and we watched it on other channels, but let's crack on.
Mate, I didn't have a dog with me. I was back here by myself. I was terrified. I was so terrified. It was so scary. And I wouldn't be back here right now, except I feel the need to get over my fear and what happened. And what happened was as soon as I was knocked down on the ground, she starts ripping my clothes off me. She did. She pulled my pants off me, and I'm like, oh, great. What? She's going to kill me. They're going to find my naked body here. Oh, it's worse. It's worse. As soon as she got my pants off me, she started jerking the ween. And I'm like, whoa, that's not
jerking the ween.
Jerking the weenie.
And the thing he doesn't mention is he was having beers with Billy Joe Bob just 2 hours before that, and all of a sudden Billy Joe Bob just disappeared. He was not there no more.
Billy Joe Bob was like, I'm outie. Yeah.
well, and then Billy Joe Bob put on a fucking Sasquatch costume and convinced you that he ain't no man, and he had his way with you. I think that is more likely what happened.
Probably looks like a natural Sasquatch anyway, by the sound of him.
Yeah, most mountain men.
Let me guess. He's not a furry. He's a squatchy. And so he has his friends dress up in Sasquatch outfits, and he has sex with them.
Yeah. And they put
he's got a Sasquatch fetish.
They put a vagina hole, which is just their friend's arsehole, and they just pretend that it's a female. Hey, if you can't get pussy another way, might as well pretend it is. Never mind. I don't know where we're going with that. Let's keep going.
Probably nowhere.
What are you doing? And then the next thing I know, keep in mind, this is a big Sasquatch, comparable to a big hairy Russian woman. I mean, she was big.
Wait, what?
Russian woman?
Wait, what? A Russian woman? I don't think of. That's not who I think is hairy first. Jeebus Christ! I get big.
Big.
I've seen some. I've seen some big Russian women.
All Russian women are
no.
6+ feet tall and huge. Come on.
Well,
why are you gonna compare it to motherfucking anybody? Right. Literally, you should say it's just a huge person or Jesus.
God, what
there is a couple other things. cultures that you could use is like Viking, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just crack on. But again, he's holding this gun like it's a fucking prop, and that he's never used a gun in his motherfucking life. Even though he claims to be a fucking living in the woods and stuff. And I think looking at his past like videos, I think he does live in the woods. It's just I don't think he has experience with like hunting or anything. I think he just like
honestly
trains
begin
dogs.
to think this is just a bit this guy's doing. He thinks he's doing comedy, and he's not doing it very well.
No, it's not.
That's not woods. If you look, there's a field behind that bramble bush
There-
there.
There's probably a school behind there. There's probably like
I thought I
shopping
heard
mall.
cars
There's
going by him too.
Yeah, there's
in the
probably
beginning. Like,
that.
there's
He's
a road
probably
right
just-
there.
Yeah, he just pulled
Yeah,
off.
but
on the
he's
road and, like,
just making a silly
Yeah.
video. Like,
yeah, no, of
He
course.
is.
But let's hear what he says about the experience, because this is the fun that we're having with this.
Right?
She's like, 7.5, 8 feet tall and hairy. And so I'm down there on the ground. I'm completely naked. My clothes have been ripped off me. And she starts giving me a knobber. It was all just
A
biological.
knobber?
I didn't have any choice. And the next thing you know, I blew my...
No, you couldn't have gotten up and ran or anything like
It's
that.
completely
You
biological. He didn't have a choice. He didn't get up and run.
Yeah,
He just let her
exactly.
do it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
had a choice, doofus.
Yeah, it's just like all those times that all those never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna say all those times at the
choice.
bathhouse, that the men just are jerking me off. I didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
The door
it
was
had
right
to
there
happen,
within
and-
arm's length. I didn't
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
choice.
It was just in finger touch. Never mind.
I have to admit, if a Russian woman come to me and forced me, I'd like to do it. Crack on, girl.
I had a couple of Swedish women when I was in the Netherlands at Hotel Orange, where I went swimming naked for the first time, and they sat down next to me in a jacuzzi, and I was like, please rough me up. I'm like, please take me. Come on. But there's two of you. Y'all are fucking these big ladies. I'm like, yeah, show me a good time. But unfortunately, I think I was just barely too young for them to do that. But anyways, it makes sense. I was not 18, so
how old were you?
I was 14.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah. So
if you were in Germany, then
well,
or
and it
in
makes
Sweden.
sense. They had fun fucking with me, though. They knew what they were doing, sitting around me and speaking in Swedish and having their arms around me and things like. But anyways, let me not dwell on
And
that.
we all know
more
Slim, you
because,
didn't have a choice, just like this guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wore that. I wore that sexy outfit in front of them, and they never mind. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, we do not believe in that. Consent is, how you should. There should always be consenting adults.
Consent is king.
For this.
Consent is the sexiest thing there is.
Consent is kink. Consent is kink. There we go. Al, are you? We cannot hear you yet. I heard something. It sounded
I
like
did
you
too.
bashed your face with a microphone. Okay, all right. We'll come
You
back
must be
when
having
you got that
issues.
figured out.
That's
and
okay.
So let's
No
crack on with
worries.
this just a little bit more before we get into the actual idiocracy of the conspiracy theories.
My load. I blew my load in the Sasquatch. As soon as I did that, she got up and she ripped down. She let out this howl and then ripped down this tree. And I thought,
Yeah, that's totally how that
Because
works.
she
So
didn't
that's
get
exactly
anything. She didn't get her
similar.
orgasm. That's why.
Yeah. Well, you got to let her come first. Otherwise, she's going to beat the... Never mind.
He's like, she didn't rip him like a tree.
Well, maybe she used the tree for something else. But never mind.
Maybe, who knows?
Never mind. Okay. I'll delve us into the beginning of this way, and I'm sorry, but we will get into the funny in just a second. But here we go with this bull motherfucking
Stephen
shit.
Hawking faked this observation. How do we know?
Oh, I hate
when
Sharon.
I show you, you cannot make a claim that it was accidental.
Sharonism.
You can't make a claim that they didn't know. The only possible thing that could have happened here is deliberate fraud. Catch me again. The only possibility is deliberate fraud by PBS, by Stephen Hawking.
So they had all of these people, they had all of this information, they did all of these things, and you're going to say it's fucking fake because
what he's talking about, I'll tell you right now, is there's a helicopter scene in here.
Yeah, so it's the helicopter.
That's what he's complaining about. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
There's a helicopter.
Yeah.
The helicopter is fake?
You'll see in a second.
No. I didn't.
They do an experiment with the helicopter. You'll see her in a minute.
Okay.
And I think he'll explain why he says he thinks that it was a fraud for that.
Yeah, and so he goes long-winded to explain to what we're getting into right now, and then they're going to show what the experiment was supposed to do, or they'll give us the measurements, and then we'll hear how Jerkofferism decides that he is going to pretend that the information wasn't.
I honestly looked this up on YouTube to see if anybody had any about the fakery, whatever, and I really couldn't find much of anything except on channels like his.
Yeah, no.
There was no other, you know what I mean, to get further explanation on it.
Yeah, and
so it's very, very suspect to me.
Literally, PBS did this experiment. I know PBS isn't like 1,100% accurate at everything they do, but when they go to do like a documentary, or they go to do an observation, or they literally send out you're gonna see all the things they did, and then he's trying to tell us, and then the thing that's fucked up is he pulls Stephen Hawking into this, which because
Stephen Hawking is narrating all of this. He's not actually there, but he's narrating.
Oh, he's the narrator.
Oh, I didn't know he was the narrator.
I thought he was flying the helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was he produced it, or he had a hand in it other than narrating it. It could also be that the helicopter experiment they did, maybe something happened was faulty, so maybe they dramatized it and then inserted somehow they redid it, whatever. Who knows?
Well, and when
there's probably a good explanation for what happened, but yeah.
When you shoot a documentary, when you shoot blah blah blah, you do multiple takes, you do multiple things, you do B-roll after, you do,
and sometimes the footage can be faulty, and then maybe they have to go, do a reshoot on something, that kind of thing. But it doesn't mean the data itself is faulty. Just means maybe the footage itself is faulty.
There's a handful of times where we would do a news packet, and we were like, oh fuck, we don't have enough B-roll.
Right.
So a week later, you just go to that same area and you just show people walking around or this or that, so that you can just fill what you need. So extra stuff happens sometimes. I mean, literally, and it doesn't matter, because listen to what
you just fill what you need.
Yes.
But what we're gonna listen to, and hey, Bob Nodell's gyroscope.
Hey, Welcome.
Hey, Bob.
And are you not blue?
My favorite gyroscope.
No, he's gray. He's naked.
Jeebus.
He's shiny color.
Throw him a spanner.
Okay, well, give me a second. Yeah, I know. Give me a second.
Spannerless.
That's my favorite gyroscope of all the gyroscopes.
Yes.
Well, I think you're building my own.
Oh yeah, it was a laser gyroscope. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was a laser gyro. Yeah.
A laser interferometric gyroscope.
It was a lazy gyroscope. No, I'm just kidding.
The light in it was enclosed, and somehow within this laser gyroscope, it somehow sensed the ether when it's all enclosed on its own.
And then they put it in a tube.
Yeah,
they put in that
other tube because they got the result, and they got the same results, and they still dismissed it.
The first time they said, I believe they said that they were picking up the rotation of the firmament.
Yes, of course, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, he claimed
and the second time it was like, oh yeah, that must be the ether that
was
we're picking up.
Yeah, it was catching the ether.
But
it was in a
bismuth
or something container. It was enclosed.
Exactly.
How do you measure something that is proven to not exist?
Well, not just that, but how does the ether move in 3 directions, you weirdo? Like, how does that happen?
He even had it on his. He literally had it and showed Nathan Thompson how it worked, and you could see on the computer that was going and moving in 3 different directions at the same time.
the yawl, the pitch, and the
X, Y, and Z. Yeah.
And because my stepdad, like I've said before, used to build unmanned sea vehicles for the Navy. And he would, he's working on projects. Like, I got to see those things. Like, I went on aircraft carriers and submarines, and like, I saw, like, that's how a submarine also moves through the water, is through the pitch, the yawl, the this and that. There's 4 different dimensions, right, that they're going through because they're through a medium that they can. No, it wouldn't be 4, right?
Well, if you include time, yes. If you include time,
time would be 4. Yeah, you're right. Time would be 4 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
you're watching these things.
Yeah.
Same in an airplane.
If you count aircraft. If you have roll, you can also count roll. And you got pitch.
So that's what I was thinking was something. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Like, obviously these things fucking work, and the reason why they use them. What government would put a faulty system of taking in information to show you where you were fucking at to be in war? Why would you do that for fucking wartime? You're a fucking idiot. You dumb cunts. Like,
well, because they want your people to die. They want their own people to die. That's
that's not how you win a war. You don't win a war by fucking killing your own people. I get you. So
once don't know anything.
Why would they make an aircraft carrier that ran aground? That's like $1.5 that you just ruined for no fucking reason.
Yep.
No, that's not how the fucking world is. Just like with fucking Tiny, he is taking $1 fucking water ships. I'm gonna say that. I know that's probably not the right, but he's taking them to from being built to places where they're bought, and then he can't even have a scratch on them. Yep. Otherwise, they can take off like $100,000 or something like that. You know, it has to come pristine to the person who bought it, whatever country. So from whatever country to whatever country, then it has to be fucking perfect. And there's like so many other things, like he says sometimes 3 different fucking military organizations or countries will be on there as well, because you're going through 3 different other thingy-mabobbers. So you can't do anything wrong because you have so many fucking things that are watching you.
I promised Mari something. She said she would. Mari. I know you just spoke up, but you said you would. Next time the link got posted, you would click.
It's Wednesday morning for Mari.
Do we play the turtle stuff for Mari, or does Lizard play the
what
turtles?
For Mari?
Turtles for Mari.
For turtles. Mari? Okay. Well,
okay.
I think.
Sorry, Mari.
I think I found.
I don't know. That link is quite it's quite tame compared to a Deuce Bucket. Fucking hell.
Okay, I think I found a turtle
you got
thing.
The wrong
Hold on, give me a second.
Over your bucket.
Oh yeah, your hole's not red. Your hole is the... Oh.
The wrong hole over your bucket.
Let me just double check this right quick, and we'll see. Okay, maybe I'll try to find it later. I thought I found a turtle thing for Mari, but I don't remember where it's at off the top of my head right now. So we'll see if I can figure it out or remember later what it was. But let's crack on.
I remember you talking about something about Mari, but I can't remember what it was either.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Mari,
what I
you
found,
promised you would. You said you would click it. You said you would.
Oh. Hey, Commander, how are you doing?
Commander.
Hey, Commander.
Still in D&D mode, I see.
The AI voice.
Sure.
I got a Torque Brandon voice, too.
Okay. That's very AI of you. But anyways, let's crack on. Okay, so 6 feet.
The beginning of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
24
this
feet.
lake isn't flat.
No, I mean, not even close. No. Mm. This is from the official film. This is not edited or anything.
But you cut the fuck out of it.
Technically, yes,
so
it is
very
edited,
hard.
but I get what he's saying.
Because you did, and
Yeah,
you
he didn't change anything.
He didn't. Yeah,
He just cut the fuck out of it, so that it's very hard for us to understand exactly what's going on because it's so fast paced that it's easy for you not to understand the info that he is trying.
Yeah.
The experiment's actually trying to.
One of the videos I watched too is they had somebody comparing the water and showing that there was from takeoff or landing, whatever, similar, pretty much the exact same water. So that's somewhere if maybe, I don't know. It's the way they analyzed it was kind of dumb, but
so basically they took off and landed and they measured the difference in how far that it was, or what?
No, this guy was going so far as to go to the different looks of the water. The different waves on the water and how they looked the same when it was landing and coming, like it was the same exact water. See, this is what I'm talking about. See there? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's literally just.
But the land behind it is not the fucking same.
I know. He's literally just trying to straw man.
Mom, you did not tell me
what is happening.
Now I'm telling you, this is the one. This is the one I saw.
No, you didn't warn me. You didn't give me the facepalm protection warning.
Oh, you should know by now. Come on, brainless.
Oh, fuck no.
Okay,
but
so
like
literally,
this one, like I'm comparing these two images. Look, that little corner looks similar. The rest of the pictures completely different, but that little corner is the same. So it's all the same. What the fuck, bitch? Holy sorry.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into. Now we're gonna get into.
Sometimes they just get me.
This idiocracy of. I don't know if this is conspiracy theory per se, but it's definitely convincing other people to. Here we go. And we'll get into like more conspiracy stuff in a second. Oh my Jeebus, I forgot about that. But here we go. Yeah. And it does include disinformation. Do not agree. We're not obviously agreeing with this, but here we go.
Just being an idiot, basically on the YouTubes, right?
Yeah.
On a point,
saying stuff that
some kind of ruler who is unapologetically Christian, and he comes in with a sword and says, I'm sorry, but lawlessness and wickedness will not be tolerated anymore. And he doesn't force conversions, just for the record, because that's another one of the objections that's just ill-founded. He doesn't go around forcing conversions, but instead what he does is he forces external morality. He doesn't force a change of heart. Only the gospel can do that.
How did he do that exactly?
What?
Anyways.
So you don't have to believe what I believe, but you have to obey by the rules that I.
The Bible can't force a change of heart. That's the person that has a change of heart.
Although it does.
Words on a page don't do that.
Sometimes, but that's different. It forces me to fart sometimes, but that's different.
Oh,
anyways. And why is your suit
that
not
is just
fitting?
you using dildos that are way too big.
Oh, that's it. The butt plug.
This guy uses dildos that are way too big too. That's why he's got his Christian nationalist problems.
Exactly, Emily. Shit just falls out of his asshole. Anyways,
he uses that dildo from what did you say about Minecraft?
Exactly.
Most people will know which clip I'm referring to.
He uses the Saints Row purple penetrator dildo.
Yeah, exactly.
If anybody gets that reference, let's just say it's used as a weapon in Saints Row because it's
Okay, so let's crack on with.
He's basically saying.
But what a king can do is he can say, whether you're regenerate or not, you're going to pretend. You're at least going to pretend to be Christian. You are not allowed to continue human sacrifices anymore. The average person is a coward.
A king can't
they
do
are
that to people.
Yeah. And then
because who's doing human sacrifices in America today, outside of serial killers? Who?
Even serial killers that's not for human sacrifice.
The goddamn globalists and their goddamn. No, I'm sorry. I'll stop. No, we don't believe that, YouTube.
Think about something. They're going to tell you have to be Christian. You can't do sacrifices anymore. People can still do sacrifice. You're just going to drive it underground.
Well, the other thing about this is if you're pushing the good versus evil, people are going to do it in the name of Satan or demons and other things. Right. So they're still going to fucking do it. They're just going to do it in a different way, and they're going to do it for different fucking reasons. Yep. Because most of the time that people were doing this recently is because of mental disorders or insanity. Correct. Back in the day, it was because they thought that they could change the weather, or they could change the seasons, they could appease the gods.
It's like we need to make it rain, so we need to sacrifice a virgin so it'll rain on our crops, kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And all they needed to do was just get more people to squirt, and then never mind. Sorry,
that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. So anyways, let's crack on with him talking about this part, and then we'll get into more insanity.
About that part? In the land, and God gets a hold of the heart of a king, whether he himself becomes a Christian or not. He begins to outwardly legislate in accordance with God's law, and he says, we favor Yahweh. We're still polytheists. We're still principle pluralists. We still got a little secularism. We still got a little paganism. But you know what? We recognize that there's something to this Christian worldview. There's something to this triune God. And we favor him, and we're going to have special privileges and favor for his people. You know what? The average person, not inside the church, but outside of the church, who's not even a Christian, you know what they're going to do? They're going to start putting a Christian flag in their bio on social media.
What?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
No, they're not. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. There is no Christian flag. What the fuck?
What I wanted to ask, like, what is the Christian flag?
Yeah.
It was, I think, in the 1800s. So, like, you have CBN showing the Christian flag being planted before the Christian flag was even invented. Because it's all propaganda and stupid.
Gotcha. I can see crosses as a symbol,
it was like
but not a funny, really.
And it was like the 1930s and 1950s or something that they started propagating that, right? It was around then that they were pushing that kind of ideal.
You know what's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was my college professor's favorite early American literature piece. A Model of Christian Charity. The audiobook is 43 minutes, and about 40 minutes of it, Bernie Sanders would agree with. And the Christian nationalists go around waving that sermon around because it lasts them basically a few paragraphs. So I wound up reading part of that sermon at the community college, and the conservative children were calling me a Marxist. So these people have no idea what's in their books.
They don't.
Or what's in their history. They just want to, I am white man and they will dominate.
Yeah. Totally. They're more interested in pushing their propaganda, their ideals, using the things, but they're not going to actually read and understand the versions of the text and or things like the Constitution. Those motherfuckers don't read the Constitution. They just barely know that the Second Amendment says they can have guns. They don't understand that it says only with a well-oiled militia or with a well-put-together militia, which technically is supposed to be looked over by the government. The government is supposed to be a part of it.
They're getting there.
Well, militia, again, is supposed to be a part of the government, and then if they decide to try to push back to the government, then they can be a thing. Anyways, everybody say hello to NANA.
Not applicable. Hi.
Yeah. So let's crack on to this idiocracy, and I'm sorry that we're gonna go over this stupid shit, but we'll get into some fun stuff in just a second. But after I found this, I was like, we have to go over it, and it definitely is a conspiracy technically, because he is not speaking the truth about what happened, and I'm glad Commander is here. I'm sorry, Commander.
When I went back when I was 20, something like that, 20, I started studying it.
We're totally speeding this up. I'm not listening to that fucking slow. Okay, here we blow. And YouTube, we didn't say any of these words. It's him saying this, and we do not agree with it.
Atrocity, right? And so I've always been interested in the Holocaust, Auschwitz in particular, but it's a very particular interest. Like evil, Nazi Germany, Auschwitz, prison guard who enjoyed his work, right? Because my question was, how could you be an Auschwitz prison guard who enjoyed his work? Now, one answer is, well, you're just like a demon from another planet who's so unlike me that I don't even have to worry about it. And that's a very convenient answer, but it's not true. Many of the people, not all, many of the people who were involved in the Nazi atrocities were perfectly ordinary people.
But because of propaganda...
Yeah. And also, a lot of them is like, you're doing this or your family is dead.
Yeah, they
sure.
Hard choice.
But let's
really hard choice.
But let's also go after indoctrination, where they were told that they were not humans because they were lower than, they were like another species. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna say any other thing other than that. So when you're in that mindset, just like with the slaves in the Americas, right? You are taught that person, that slave is under you. They're not a human. They're a sub or whatever. And then, Al, you have a lot of background noise. Unmute yourself whenever you're ready to talk.
Yeah.
That was driving me crazy. Anyways, so once again, these people weren't there just because they were completely psychopaths. I mean, that's somewhat part of it, because they're only those people who got those certain jobs pushed their way forward to some extent, right? It wasn't just like the lowly peon that ended up being a guard at those places. It was the people that pushed their way up that believed in it. And so, yes, most of them were psychopaths, but a lot of it was indoctrination and them not understanding what they were actually doing, or not always seeing all the end of it, right?
Yeah. There's also in psychology something known as the Lucifer effect. Does anyone remember there was an experiment done like in the 1960s? There was a famous prison experiment where they basically had to shut it down because you had Cartman with authority, so to speak, going off. Because the
I think I remember that. Yeah,
college kids turned into.
Yeah.
It's like you have a little bit of evil, and then you become used to it, more and more and more evil. And then also the official philosophy of the Nazis was egoism. Friedrich Nietzsche, the whole philosophy was about purging society of empathy and pity. So over time, they became crueler and crueler and crueler.
Sounds like Trumpism to me.
Oh, that's what we're kind of getting to here with the fascism. That's exactly why we went over what we went over yesterday, because of the same kind of shit. And that's why Jordan Peterson is fucking propagating as well. And that's why it's so dangerous. And that's why we're talking about it today. It's because of what he is fucking saying. And he is a rich white man that has never fucking hung out with the pimps, the prostitutes, and the lepers. Let's put it that way. And that means that he's not a normal person himself. He's a fucking higher up elite, and so he doesn't know what it's like to fucking be poor or to like actually starve or anything close to that.
Like, yeah, I'm white privileged little bitch.
I've been homeless.
I dare to admit that, and like I try and share as much of that as I can.
But you're not an elite like he is. But you know, like I've lived on the street. I've I've been around rich to poor people, up and down, and this is what happens when you're an elite and you think that nothing you can do is wrong because you're a land-owning white man. And that's
Right.
the problem that we're having with the Americas right now is all those idiots thinking that they know better than everybody else, even though most of them actually do not have a high degree in, you know, they don't have a master's, they don't have a whatever, you know, and they're like, especially this douche, the colleges are just indoctrinating your kids so that they can be a liberal, and then they will go and hate America and protest everything that we do because you're like, no, dumbass. They actually like went and learned and were like, oh, oppression is a fucking horrible thing, making people slaves, causing war with people that are not doing anything wrong is a fucking wrong thing. We need to stop those wars. But no, it's okay to
America wants to fuel those wars so they can sell the weapons.
Well, and that's a major thing. Totally, the military-industrial complex in the Americas is fucking insanely stupid, and how much money that we're throwing around.
It's not just U.S. government; it's the people that make stuff for the U.S. government.
No, it's Halliburton.
When I worked for defense contractors, like if war ended tomorrow, I'd just go and do something else. But I had coworkers who would purposefully want to elect the most psychopathic people in the hopes that there'd be war and more overtime.
Totally, exactly. Yep. If you're a high up general in the military and you want to keep being one, the only way for you to be one is if we're constantly in a fucking insurgents, a war, a skirmish, you know, all the singing ballers. And Halliburton doesn't make gazillions of dollars unless we make a new tank, unless we've got to make a new drone, unless we got to make all these new thingies of the bobbers.
General Dynamics is the Abrams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. And you know, just like my stepdad, who was making unmanned sea vehicles to pick up things off of the ocean floor in case one of our ships went down in foreign waters or any type of aircraft, because what we didn't want is the Chinese government or Russia or something to go and find those first and pick them up and then reverse engineer the technology so they could use it against us. So, you know, same difference. The more that we're sending these things around the world, the more fucking money my stepdad got, because he had to go around the world and control these things and fix them every time they broke down, because he was the only one who knew how to fucking work them. So once again, in the industrial complex is a fucking major insane fucking thing here that is causing the strife and the turmoil and why we don't want peace. And same with the Civil War thingy that's, I'm going to call it the Silver War, that is
the silver. There
looming.
You go.
Yeah, it's all about the silver, right? Never mind. Anyways,
that's
go ahead.
Right.
And we need to make like one mention, because the military industrial complex has its issues. When I was in the airport in Poland, some vatnik came up to me and he was like, and he was basically saying, and there's lots of money being made on the war. And I'm like, dude, who created the demand for all the Western weapons? So we need to remember, even though the military industrial complex is dangerous, it has its purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yes.
But our budget doesn't need to be that huge as we have in the Americas. But anyways, let's crack on. The Mangoes is 30 short for their daily allowance for their cafeteria fund for today. I'm just kidding. So if anybody could help out with the Mangoes, and if anything that gets donated to me today, I share with the Mangoes, just like always. Yeah, they're using AI voice right now, which is amazing. I'm actually having a lot of
I love it.
I'm having a lot of fun with this as well. I mean, I love your normal voice, but this is a lot of fun hearing this as well with your avatar.
And I will probably have the deep fake video thing. I couldn't get it working beforehand, but basically I can become almost anyone I want now.
Nice.
Awesome.
Become Superman! Oh. Sorry.
Anyways, let's crack on.
I know, I'm stupid.
We're gonna crack on a little
It's
bit
all
more
right.
with this idiocracy, because literally, like, that's all that we're hearing. Like, if you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, this is who this motherfucker is. He literally is just a white fucking rich man who thinks that everything that he thinks he knows is fucking right. And he's just for the rich and the powerful. He literally is just looking out for the gazillionaires. Because he's one of them, like literally. I don't know if he was born into a rich family, but I know now the way that he works and who he works for. He's getting. I think he was born into a rich family, just like Carl Tucker Knudsen.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. He never really had to work a day in his life, basically.
Yeah,
right?
no, he's
America
never lifted a
gives
finger.
them everything that they have, and then they're like, I don't want what Americans given me. I want to live in USSR because they're fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then they move there, and then they don't want to live there anymore.
Then they wind up being pushed out of windows.
Yeah.
While in bathtubs.
Not pushed out of windows.
Yeah.
They
While
walk
they're
by
moving
a closed window, a closed window that cannot open. They walk by it with a bath up, and then they fall through the window.
And for some reason, there's a bullet hole in their head, and there's a hole in the wall, like 2 feet before the ground. There's a bullet hole through their head, and it goes through the thing. But that's random. Like, that just happens in Russia. Anyways, please don't kill me, Putin. Okay, let's keep cracking on.
I've heard rumors of people here in the U.S. With their hands
happening.
tied behind their back, hanging from their necks. So I don't know. It does happen.
Well,
too.
and what happened with the Boeing whistleblowers? 2 of them ended up not being alive anymore because they whistleblowed as well. Which one of them
I get
said,
it. Like, if somebody blows my whistle, I'm happy.
yeah, but you're not losing millions of dollars. You're not losing millions of dollars by somebody telling you that you're not doing your organization properly, or you're not.
I'll find that video that I mentioned before, like about the Australian whistleblower that's just going to jail, and everybody that he blew, everybody's whistle he blew is just still walking around. Even people that just shot kids for fun.
Yeah, and that too.
I feel like killing something.
Wow.
Oh, there's a kid. Bang.
Yeah. See,
Like,
terrible people.
Well, that's what
to me.
I want to say that's what the IDF is doing as well, but I'm anyways, it doesn't matter.
I'll look at
and
it.
the thing about the Boeing first whistleblower, he literally went to his family after he put this public and told like 5 family members, I am not suicidal. I do not want to kill myself. I'm doing this, and then I'm working on this other project that I have like $2 million going into, or something like that. He was working on a new project with like a new partner or something. And then he ends up fucking dead in a fucking parking lot and blah, 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 whatever. It's like, yeah, no. Like, that's what happens when you fuck with rich people. They literally just make you unalived anymore.
They'll make you disappear. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
One way or another.
Yeah. So anyways, let's crack on a little bit more.
Shouldn't be like that, but when you mess with their money, yeah.
Well, of course, and that's what gazillionaires do. What else are we gonna expect from them to do when they believe that they can run the world? And most of them do. There's like, somebody said the other day there was 50 families that are running the world, but I don't know if it's that many. I think it's more like 10 or 12. But again,
I think that's a big conspiracy. I really do.
Yeah,
I don't put stock in things like that, because then you get into the anti-Semitic bullshit, and
totally.
It's more or less like rich people might have similar interests and they cooperate. It's called violating antitrust laws.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other thing. Just like the conspiracy theories about secret organizations. it's literally a boys club most of the time. It's just a bunch of rich people get together, they like drink beer and have sex with each other's wives, and they're like, oh, what project are we going to work on next
I
in
thought
town?
it was daughters.
And no, it's usually wives. But
Conspiracies like that are usually the result of intelligence services. If you have to have tons of people cooperating, doing one thing, then it's an intelligence service. It's not like a secret society.
Yeah, But because I have worked for these different certain organizations and I've been around, I've seen the backdoor stuff of things.
Yeah.
Were they on the largest
seen the
scale?
backdoor stuff.
were they on the largest scale of things? No. But I saw the background goings on of how these people did things. Like I said, I think before, I had sex with the mayor of Colorado's wife at a swinger fucking thing, and I didn't even fucking know it. But then when I looked around and I found out who everybody was, it's just the inner circle of rich people that are getting together and being like, oh, well, now what should we spend our money on? Or how should we fucking blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, okay, I fucking
And they'll just wanted to fuck the weirdo.
Conspiracy
well,
spreads,
hey,
conspiracy spreads. If you know, you only have to convince. You only have to convince one person of your dumbass assertions, and then they'll go and convince someone else, and then the next dumbass, and then it'll just spread like fucking.
It's like a fucking virus.
And then what did they say? A lie travels around the world 3 times before the truth even makes it out of the city or out of one person's mouth or something, right?
Before the truth even gets his shoes on or pants on or something like that.
Exactly, Commander. That's what it is. The lie makes it around the world 3 times before the truth puts its shoes on or brushes its teeth or something. I don't fucking remember. But anyway, same fucking difference.
Before it wakes up.
Sure. Anyways,
and then you get people like Epstein, who probably weren't rich, but they had stuff on people and they became rich that way, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's what Trump did too.
They had knowledge, right?
Yeah, that's what Trump did too. He found things that he could hold people up against and saying, you know what? Yeah, I literally have fucking this sex tape. I have this evidence against you. Do what I say, otherwise, I'm gonna fuck you.
We're losing it.
And same thing with fucking like what's going on, like with Matt Gaetz and a couple other people. They're in the shit, but if they play the cards right, then maybe people won't divulge enough information to get him. Even though his fucking lackey, who was his like the person who got all that stuff together, got fucking arrested and is in prison for like 20 years or something. He got arrested, but now Matt Gaetz for some reason isn't. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, it's the riches of the riches doing the rich of the rich and everyone. Let's crack on with this. Yes. And I'm hoping a drone will not fly through my window and shoot me in the head.
One thing that always bothers me.
The Galactic Penguin Federation will protect you.
Okay, well, thank you.
One thing that kind of bothers me is, why was Epstein allegedly deleted, shall we say? But his female pal Giselle Maxwell, somehow she survived all this time.
She gave a blowjob to the.
Give you a clue.
Go ahead.
It was 2005, right? And Denise Glasser was saying, I don't want Trump or Epstein anywhere near my fundraiser because those two can't keep their hands off of people. So you had the person who chaired, I think it was the previous year's convention in Florida, or maybe that current year's convention, saying, get those fucking billionaires away from me. And fuck their money. So even back then, everyone who needed to know knew that those two were a pair in the crimes.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I just found that odd how,
well, I think
two people in the same thing, or one still, breathing. You know what I mean? It's just.
I think part of it was like the Me Too. Sorry, excuse me, pardon me. The Me Too movement, but then he was the scapegoat. Instead of them doing it to Trump, they did it to fucking Homie. And then Homegirl just fucking spilled the beans. I think just like as soon as Maxwell, whatever the fuck her name is, went on record or right, isn't that her? Well, anyways, I think
she's in prison now, but
she's been in prison and she's crying about how like her food isn't fucking good in prison. Bitch, do you not know what prison is, you dumb cunt?
It's called prison for a reason.
Yeah, no, they don't make it like a field day. Although fucking what's her name? The cook lady, the cook bitch that fucking made all the sheets and all that stuff.
You're talking about Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. Yeah, although Martha Stewart did go to like the most like
she went to a resort prison, basically minimum security prison.
Yeah,
they could play tennis and stuff like that in that prison.
Yeah, and they like have like it's like a resort technically. Like they like change your sheets. They fucking like give you like real food to eat. Like you get to play tennis. You get to go like I have sex with the pool boy. I mean, literally, it's just like being out of it. So good times, great oldies. Let's crack on with this. Just a little bit more.
Captive.
We're just like you. And you think, no, I wouldn't do that. It's like, that's not what the evidence suggests. The evidence suggests that the vast majority of people in Nazi Germany went along with it. Now, not all of them were dragged into the abyss itself, but plenty were. And if you think you wouldn't have been one of them, that just means it's highly likely.
Yeah, if you had a gun pointed at your head and said you need to do this for your country, you're going to do it.
They wanted to stay alive.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of family, them, just like Mama said earlier.
There were like evil motherfuckers that actually did enjoy it and just straight up asked like, "Oh, can I fill that position?"
They couldn't wait to help.
Yeah, those cunts did exist, and like if you hear what some of those doctors did, like
Strangers, Unsolved Mysteries from every U.S. state, part 42.
If somebody said they're going to give you a crap ton of money for you to do these things so your family is set up, I'm going to give you a house on the hill, I'm going to do this, that, this, and that. Like most of us, unfortunately, like not saying that watching people get murdered, but if literally people... If somebody comes to you and it's like, I'm going to give you like $500,000 to like say blah, most of us, it's really hard for you to say no. And especially if you've got a family of 3 kids, a wife, the pool boy and, whatever, and your 3 mistresses or whatever. Fuck, God damn it. I have to have that much money to fucking keep this going, So, all right. Anyways, what's Plant's desk?
Okay.
They got a garden planted, not on their desk executively. I think it's under the desk. They planted.
Okay.
Never mind. Sorry. If you know what I'm talking about.
I'm under the desk. You know that.
Mango said, "What plant's desk?" ? And so sorry, I was.
You were reading it wrong again.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I needed to read this first, and then the other one. Even though that. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I'm a little puzzled.
You know.
Exactly, something. So, anyways, we're gonna crack on with these TikToks. I'm gonna step away for like 20 seconds. I gotta use the loo or the WC, even though I know y'all don't call that. Yeah. I know that y'all don't call that anymore.
That is literally what we call it over here.
It's a WC still. It's still WC.
Yeah.
Okay.
But but like I hate saying W in English. Why?
What do you call it?
They say.
How do you call it? Okay, I'm not
the
saying
W is V. Yeah, it's
V-
much
VC?
easier to say W. And even it's not a W, it's a fucking double V.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So say it one more time.
Yeah, but
sorry.
It's the Americas. It's the other side of the channel. It's the English.
Yes.
It's the They gotta be different.
It's the English. Anyways,
Yeah, it's English. It's English. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's the English.
Yes,
Yeah,
English.
let's pop
It's
on with
American
this,
English. Let's put it that way.
shite.
Okay, before I get in more trouble with everybody,
What?
let's
DNA words are hard.
Words
Shit is
is
British.
no words is hard, not are. That words is hard.
Words is hard. Just like me. Oh, never mind.
And go ahead, dog, right quick.
I was going to say them putting it's all blame the British.
The British.
Of course,
The
you can blame the British for everything.
The British.
But I will blame Andrew Taint first. Anyways, let's crack on.
He's
I'm going with this.
responsible for all the taintishness in all the world.
Yes,
Exactly. Yeah, he definitely. So we're gonna crack on. We're gonna begin this. I'm gonna use the loo right quick, and I'll be right back, and then we will talk about the idiocracy that's happening in this.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, Drusilla. What? Yeah, there's no cohesion going on right now, and yes,
No. Is there ever any cohesion?
Drusilla,
Come on.
it's clear that Drusilla is not been around extremely long yet.
And do we ever
Love
make
it.
sense? Fuck no. That's exactly
Sense?
what
What is
What
sense?
sense? I have no clue what that is either.
I got 3 of them, but they is another place right now, and we'll talk about that later. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Here we go. How did I become Mango all of a sudden? Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Well, why are you complaining about that?
I mean, I always like being inside a mango, but we'll talk about that later. And I'm sorry.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother fruit tree. Anyways.
That's a whole different stream, but also that's on a different platform because YouTube doesn't allow that.
Strangest unsolved mysteries from every U.S. state. Part 42, Montana. Just outside of the Glacier National Park in Montana, there's a location where the laws of nature don't really seem to apply. At that location, the gravity is so strange that the trees always grow sideways, and the people who are there appear so much shorter than they actually are. In addition, if you place a marble at the bottom of a steep hill, it will begin to roll up the hill. And if you drop a rope from the ceiling, it will fall in a curve instead of just straight down. Today, the location is a popular tourist attraction, and many people come from all over just to experience its strangeness.
Wild conspiracy theories that are either totally true or straight up dumb. Part 1. In Southeast Europe, there lies a country named Bosnia. A group of complex hills can be found there that have come to be known as the Bosnian Pyramids. Now, they appear to look very similar to the well-known pyramids of Egypt. Now, scientists claim that the hills are just naturally triangular shaped and not man-made at all. However, some wild theorists have started to claim that the hills are in fact man-made with the help of extraterrestrial beings. Pretty wild, right? And comment down below and let me know what you think of these.
Strangest unsolved cases from around the world, England. On April 18th, 1943, 4 boys were searching for birds' nests when they looked inside a hollowed wych elm, and what they saw staring back at them was a human skull. Investigators would find a skeleton, a wedding ring, and a shoe, and inside the skull's mouth was a crumpled up piece of taffeta, suggesting she died by suffocation. And then in 1944, the graffiti began, suggesting that someone knew who she was, and it's been theorized she was killed because she was a spy and it was war.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what happened with this. Never mind.
Taffeta, isn't it porous? I'd have to look it up. I think taffeta is porous.
Sure.
It's fabric, right? It's got little small holes in it.
Yeah, sure. It is porous. Yeah. It could be. I honestly don't remember. But yes, totally. You learned to not eat while watching Mango stream. That's definitely a good idea because we talked.
Yes.
She was talking about the bucket earlier, and if you don't know what the bucket is, go watch Mango stream earlier today. You'll find out the fucking bucket. I am not talking about that anymore than this. Let's keep cracking on.
It's like nope.
Time or that witches sacrificed her in a ritual, but to this day, no one knows who she is or who killed her.
And what they fucking found out was literally that It was just some fucking kids that spray painted that on the fucking grave anyways.
You can see MI5 had him replaced with a lookalike. The reason he was replaced was because of fears of mass hysteria and suicide at the news group. Over the years, the Beatles felt bad about the cover-up and decided to leave clues in their album covers and songs. On the famous cover of Abbey Road, where the Beatles are crossing the street, people came up with a theory that it's a funeral procession. John dressed in white is the preacher. Ringo dressed in black is the undertaker. George is dressed in blue jeans because he is the gravedigger. And Paul is wearing a black suit like a corpse. He is also out of step.
Yeah, because any of that
He's
makes
also
sense.
barefoot,
Fucking
too.
weirdos.
Isn't
Paul's
the
also
other one
barefoot.
wearing a black suit too? So
Yes. Yeah.
No, it doesn't make any sense. It's a random.
I think it's the way the suit looks. Maybe that's why they call it like he's the Undertaker.
This
sure.
Abbey Road used to be on one
That's
of
the
my
only thing I can.
rounds in London, and it was just fucking hot. It was nonsense pulling it. If you got stopped there, there'd be just these groups of people, Japanese and Chinese, and all running in the middle of the road, getting quick pictures, giving you a nice wave. But I'm thinking, fucking hell, I've got deliveries to make you can't move.
Exactly, Timely. This is redonkulous.
They just did a thing about Abbey Road on one of the new Doctor Who's as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they goddamn made the fucking. No, I'm not going to go there. Anyways, let's crack on with this idiocracy.
Mystery of the Umbrella Man. Okay, so this is kind of like a part 2 to the one that I posted yesterday about the babushka lady, because they're essentially the same thing, but it's a little bit of a quirk. The date is November 22nd, 1963, the date that JFK was assassinated. JFK's motorcade passes through Dealey Plaza. Standing on this side is the babushka lady.
Why are you wearing your hoodie up when you're inside, obviously, and you
Looks
have a
like a
green screen behind
kid.
you? And no,
Look
he
how
totally
young
is
he
like
looks.
he literally is a 14-year-old fucking twat. But anyways, what do you have any experience with anything about fucking any assassinations or anything other than being young?
he has an asshole and he has an opinion. Everyone has two of those, and sometimes they combine.
And they
yeah,
all
and
stink.
usually shit
Well,
falls
yeah,
out of
and
it.
like,
Yeah, totally.
Well, there's something that is similar to between a asshole and an opinion. Everybody has one, but you don't always have to show it to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes your opinions are so offensive, it's like being mooned.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
Exactly
about you,
similar,
Amos.
yeah.
I'm talking about in general people.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, no, I know. Yeah, some people should not spout their opinions.
Okay, let's get into this one because the other one we're not talking about that was just before. So let's get into this one. And here we blow.
Never go hiking on Dead Mountain. Be warned, this is one of the most scariest true stories ever told. And even to this day, 60 years later, remains one of the most unsolved mysteries ever. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident. The year is 1959 at the height of the Cold War. 9 Soviet university students decided to go hiking in the frozen Siberia. So as they're hiking...
Yeah, most of us know about this. And of course,
I've heard of it. I don't.
Of the...
Wait,
Okay. Yeah, well, let me...
maybe I do know, but I don't remember.
I think we've talked about this once, maybe, but anyways.
Hiking families start to get worried because they have not heard from their loved one. They send a team out to search for them, and they find their campsite on the height of Dead Mountain. Here's where the conspiracy theories come. Their bodies, all of them, were found in the most random...
Yeah, it's fucking weird as shit, but I think it's hypothermia. But anyway.
Places on this mountain. And even scarier than that, every single one of these people you see were found undressed. And a couple of them were found with their eyes and tongue cut out. Some people believe that these people may have found a military weapon in the...
Or animals may have eaten out their face holes.
They had some very weird kinks.
Hypothermia.
Or that...
Well, in between frostbite and when it's really cold, you feel really hot. And people take their clothes off.
Yeah, no, they rip their clothes off and they run around.
Russia thing, right?
Yes.
This is from Russia.
It is. So, they're going to talk about radiation or nuclear remnances, blah blah blah, whatever. So one of the people that is on this expedition actually went and worked for a nuclear experiment or something. And so, yes, they would have had a bunch of like remnants of those things around them, and they found them in a couple other places, but they did not find them everywhere. So this was not like a fucking a radiation experiment or something like that. The douche nozzle didn't know that he shouldn't have fucking like a radiant thing that he picked up over there. But let's crack on and see what they said. Yes, and there's all kinds of weird kinks, exactly, and that's what we're going over next week for Dungeon Talk. Kinks, fetishes, and gear. I'm calling it gear, and I may change it to I don't know, because like toys sounds different than gear. And gear is more like what you would use when you're like doing rope tying and other things like that. So we'll see. I made the thumbnail this morning, but I haven't put it out. But let's crack on.
Okay.
Soviets killed them. Some people believe this was some kind of UFO incident, and some people believe that this was some kind of Yeti attack because all of their stuff on the campground was untouched.
Unsolved Mysteries Part 1. And 2.
Why would it then be a Yeti? Because if it was a Yeti, they would have gone through it for food.
Yeah, well, and there would have been a lot more ruptured anuses. Anyways, let's talk about that later. Damn, homie, you got some blue ass motherfucking eyes, homie. Like, I feel like those are
those are lenses. Those are lenses.
Jesus
Maybe not.
Christ, you got some blue eyes, motherfucker.
Someone who was black, mom, white dad, and blue eyes.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
that can happen.
And that's why I was.
African Americans can have really nice, deep green eyes too.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't say anything other than, damn, homie, you got some fucking blue eyes, because I have also had friends that looked pretty much like he does.
We
as
actually
well.
had somebody here in my county that went famous and got viral. I forget what he did, but he went to jail. But his mugshot, he was the most gorgeous African American with these deep blue eyes, and he became like he was on the news all over the place.
Yeah,
and,
I think I knew.
He was like a male model type. Yeah.
So, anyways, I was just mentioning on how I was melting from his eyes. Anyways, no, we'll talk about that later. But let's crack on with Bubba. I miss Bubba so. Anyway, sorry.
Mysteries Part 1. In 2011, divers were searching the Baltic Sea when they came around this big, huge rock circular formation. It was said to have stairs and even creepy entranceways. Some believe it's some type of experimental ship from World War II. Strangely, it's made out of magnesium, iron, and titanium. And there's a strange 40 megahertz signal.
It's made out of magnesium.
Magnesium is not a good metal to make stuff out of if you want it to last.
No,
it's
it's
chemically
not.
reactive.
Yeah. You don't want it to be made. You don't want anything made out of magnesium per se. I mean, like, that's not a thing that
if it's the right, the purity is good enough, it will run. Like Pops had, they had the outlawed magnesium wheels because whenever the fire department would come for a fire, it would just make it worse.
Right.
Yep, exactly. So. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I know this. I'm not okay. We're going over conspiracies. Just keep remembering that, Slim.
Conspiracies.
Conspiracies. Yep.
But a pellet cleanser is allowed.
Oh, we probably need one of those for sure.
You sound like there's something you want to play that does not fit the.
No, I kind of do, but did I close that window? I don't know. I'm gonna open this, but we are gonna try to find. Oh man, cheapest first. A palette-esque cleanser if I still have that open. Let's see. Let's go with. I thought I had a turtle thingy-mabobber, but I guess I didn't.
I like turtles or something.
Yeah, and I thought I did have a turtle in my thingy-mabobbers, but anyways, I know this is. No, we'll go with this. Anyways, let's. I'm gonna do this right quick. I know this is flat Earth, and we should probably be going over this tomorrow. I mean,
flat Earth.
Thursday,
This is conspiracy.
But I know. But here we
Yes,
blow.
I know it's one of the dumbest ones, Ting.
Yeah, but here we blow.
And by the way, all those rumors on the internet are fake. I'm not flat. I'm not hollow on the inside, and there's definitely no reptilians inside of me.
I love that one.
That was
the face at the end.
I know, and I'm hopefully going to be using some of that for one of the next intros that I do. I'm going to make a new intro in the near future with America and America, fuck yeah, and then also Think for Mediocrity and a couple other thingy-mabobbers that I have. I don't remember what I downloaded, but I'm working on making a new intro just because I know it was awesome, the one that I made, but I'd like to switch things up or make new things and make it so it's more interactive and not the same exact shite that we always go over, and make it more fun for y'all. So let's crack on with...
With what?
I'm going to double check something right quick and see.
Check, double check. Okay.
Oh, and Saturday, 3 p.m., we're probably going to do the essay, and it's going to be Emma Stark raving mad, political, not preacher, prophet lady, and
That'll be fun.
Sweet.
That will be fun.
We'll and even if it isn't, we'll make it fun. Woohoo!
Yep.
Fun for the win.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into how Titanic is fake. Okay, I just making sure I'm on the right. The
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world will seriously ruin your life. This list shows all the conspiracy theories from the most normal ones we all know to the darkest of the dark that will change.
I thought you were already talking about Titanic. Okay, let's crack on. And...
Yeah, that's probably what he's going to be talking
see the world. And of course, in this series, we're going to be going from the top all the way down to the bottom. Come back. Let's go for part 2. The Titanic didn't hit an iceberg. So we all know about the Titanic, of course, the really famous ship that sunk, and it's commonly believed that it hit an iceberg. But this might change your mind. This is mental. There was, of course, survivors of the Titanic, and a lot of them were interviewed. Not one of them mentioned anything about an iceberg.
Do you know what an iceberg
Because it probably didn't
like?
see the... First of all, most of the people that were on the Titanic, they were below decks or in their cabins. They didn't see what the flip they hit.
And not just that.
Was it also at night?
It was at night. Yeah, it was like 11 o'clock at night or something like that. They're probably
What were you doing at night? Oh, I was sleeping.
But what is an iceberg? But 90% of it is underwater.
Underwater, exactly.
Right? So just because you didn't see the point sticking out before it ran into it doesn't mean you... and if you don't know what an iceberg is, and the ship exploded because it hit something...
Yeah, that's true.
Why are you going to say that you saw a blah, blah? You're not going to say that you saw anything. All you're going to say is, go ahead.
If somebody walks up to you about the Titanic that hit an iceberg, is it necessary to mention that there was an iceberg?
You know what I saw distinctively was a goddamn iceberg that we hit. No, of course not. You're trying to not die. So that's more what you're focusing on. And homie, Your dye job is fucking horrible. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know why, but
I should not be.
The thing is, except for the face, the hair reminds me of KKK Caleb.
I thought it was Caleb, and that's actually why I clicked on this. So I actually thought it was Caleb at first.
Because the hair, if you look at the hair, it does.
It's Caleb's cousin. Anyways, let's crack on more. Honestly, he doesn't say any more about the fucking Titanic than that because I barely
We
did
just
watch.
didn't. Nobody mentioned an iceberg. Ooh, yeah, there's confirmed proof that it was a fake.
Except for everybody and their mom fucking talked about an iceberg that were other than just the normal people, right? It was like all in. Anyways, there's a handful of other things.
And let's not forget, how long did it take for the Titanic to sink? They were able to get radio signals out to the Carpathia to say,
like
"Hey,
2
we're sinking."
hours.
Yeah. So come on, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Emily. So, anyways, let's crack on with how the Grinch is what?
Obviously. Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Part 4. The Grinch has a well-known backstory about hating Christmas. However, eventually in the movie, his heart grows 3 sizes and he loves Christmas once again. But this story may continue longer than we think. It is clear that the Grinch isn't exactly right in the head, but during one of the Grinch's wacky stunts, he could have gotten a head injury. This injury would later take a toll on him as he grew old and caused him to lose his memory.
Yeah. The Grinch got a head injury.
Never seen the actual
and that
Grinch movie. They're looking at the Grinch cartoon. The Grinch movie gave him a backstory as to why he was the way he was. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. I know. It's hilariously stupid. Exactly, Mango. Huh? Yeah. It doesn't make any motherfucking sense.
This
It's
particular
so
movie gave him a backstory to why he was how he became how he did.
No, but we already have that he grew up and blah 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 and this and that happened for him to become this thing. We already know his backstory. But anyways, let's crack on to the Nightmare Before Christmas. And you're welcome, everybody, again.
World's most dangerous conspiracy theories. This picture contains a list of conspiracy theories from the most well-known to the darkest. Welcome to Tier 9. Today we're going to be talking about the strange berry picker disappearances. God, that's a mouthful to say. In 2011, a man named David wrote a book called Missing 411. The book covers all of the most unsolved cases of people going missing in national parks. Some people would just wander off the trail, some would fall into the river, and some people didn't even know they were missing. Do you want to know what all of these people had in common right before they went missing? They were all picking.
What do you think? What do you think?
They were all picking berries.
And that attracted Sasquatch.
And somehow all the same berries or whatever. I don't know.
Somehow the same berry bush or the same.
Yeah, it's always
berry
the
bushes.
same fucking hallucinogenic berries. They're all fucking eating.
It's always the same bush. It's always the same bush.
Yeah, well, the problem is if you try to pick the fucking berries out of Shani's bush, it's always going to be poisonous. Anyways, let's crack on.
Well, that's because they're dingleberries.
Well, that's definitely a ding. Yeah, and we talked about the dingleberries earlier, huh, Mango?
That's the first thing the police berries. First thing the police say when they're searching is
Stay with me. It's about
bushes. Make sure they haven't been picked because we could be looking at a Sam's
bunch. We all know that they've been picked, but that's what the body camera footage is for. Anyways, let's talk about that later.
Let's get crazy. One case is 6-year-old Lillian Carney, and in 1897, she went missing right after she was picking berries. According to her parents, she was here for 1 second and gone the next, almost like she just vanished. They notified the police, and around midnight, which was 12 hours later, they found her miles away from where she originally was, and they found...
Because that's what happens when you...
berries.
That's what happens when you fucking wander away from the direction you're not supposed to be in.
Right.
And then she is a child in the middle of the woods.
She was old, going out to pick berries. Nobody was with her.
And also, as a parent, you're not going to say, oh, yeah, we've not been paying attention for a while. You're going to say, oh, we looked the other way and she was gone.
Yes.
What
happened? They supposedly went out berry picking in the forest and they were all together. And then all of a sudden she disappeared. So again, just
You
like
know
Brandon
what?
said,
My kids used to disappear in the stores, and they would hide inside the clothes racks.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you didn't.
So
You didn't
kids
think,
do that. Just
You
saying.
didn't
that
think
too. I
Blair
did
Witch,
that.
did you?
It's the Berry Witch. Anyways,
It's the Berry
anyways,
Witch, yeah.
let's crack
Berry
on.
Witch Project. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. So let's crack on a little bit more with this. If you're not familiar with this, here you go with the weirdness. But literally, it's just a little kid that got lost in the fucking wilderness for a couple days.
Found her in a dazed trance. It gets even weirder. Police then start to question
A
her on
dazed
how she went
trance.
missing, thinking maybe the parents.
She was
said a dazed
malnutrition.
trance.
She was dehydrated. She was malnutrition, and yeah, of course she was going to be lethargic. And what happens when somebody is dehydrated? One of these things that's going to happen. What we talk about next, or he's going to talk about.
But hang
Had
on,
something to
Slim.
do
He
with
said
it.
a
The little girl
dazed
didn't even remember
trance.
walking, which is crazy.
A dazed
trance,
which
a trance. Isn't that the
Yes.
same? Pretty much the same thing.
No, it totally is. And the only thing that a dazed trance would be is like if you're at a rave and they're playing trance music. But anyways,
Right.
that's
I'm
completely
saying
different.
you could be dazed or in a trance. I mean, but dazed trance. It's just so
yeah.
redundant.
Yeah, and not just that. What they're talking about is a dehydrated child that was eating berries only for like a day straight.
Probably.
And then they said this, and then they said this.
Because she was miles away from where she originally was at. On top of that, she said the sun shined all the time, which would be impossible because it was midnight. Now, this didn't happen just once, but this has happened over 50 times. So are these people?
Okay, so she got lost in the wilderness, and she said that she saw these fairy creatures that led her into the wilderness and kept her safe. And then she saw light the whole time, which once again could be a thing, which is the full moon. If the sun sets and there's a full moon and you're a 7-year-old, what the fuck do you think is going on? And she was following that, and then they found her after that and stuff and things. Like literally,
a full moon can be bright as fuck, especially if you're in the wilderness.
Yeah, of course. And so what she saw, what she said, and again, you're talking about a 5 or 7-year-old, or even if you're fucking 12, do you understand any of those concepts other than you saw light constantly? No, of course you wouldn't, right? Like if you saw an eclipse being a 5-year-old and there's nobody around to tell you what's going on, what the fuck do you think you would think, right? It's going to be some weird, like, mystical thing, not just, oh, this is how the fucking world works, you know? So fairies, weird creatures, men that looks all black, and, you know, or dressed in black, or eyes and blah, 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 all these weird things. It's just pareidolia or other things. And who believes a fucking 7-year-old? Like, not to be a dick, but you have to question what they say mostly, right? Are you telling me a story, or did you actually do something? You know what I'm saying? Like, right?
No, Slim.
I know. We're almost there. But how many of us have been around kids?
That's what she said.
Exactly to me. How many of us have had kids, been around kids and stuff, and you sit there and they come up to you and they're like, this thing and blah blah, and then the you're like, oh, that's very cute, and you're like, that's obviously a made up story, right? I mean, duh. Or they don't know how to tell the story properly. Let's put it. That's another thing as well. They don't know sequence or time and space to some extent, right? So they're like, Billy hit me in the head with a ball, and then while he was kicking me, and then and you're like, wait, how did 5 people do the same thing to you, or blah, blah? And then you go and talk to everybody else, and they're like, no, we were playing soccer, and then like somebody kicked the ball and then fell over and blah, blah, and then it was and you're like, oh, there's a progression to this. It was not just a, right? I mean, like, obviously, who's gonna fucking believe a fucking under 12-year-old that an exact fucking account happened, you twats? Okay, I'm done, and we're gonna go ahead and do it.
You see a child that has
doing the blue.
Traumatized like that, missing for 2
Yeah.
days, so traumatized. Of course, they're going to be dazed and confused.
Of course they are, obviously. And they're going to say they saw fairies. They're going to say they saw humanoid beings. They're going to say
She
it's
could have seen
it's
she could have
pareidolia.
seen lightning bugs and thought they were fairies or something, you know?
Or she could have just saw a fucking human that looked like a tree, and she's just hugging the tree the whole night or something like that, right? Like there's so many fucking versions of this. And or there could have been a weird fucking wilderness man that tried to fucking take her away, and somehow she got away from him and got back. There's so many other things that what they said this bullshit was. Okay, so NANA, we're gonna do 2 shots with the blue, which is the $10 each. I'm gonna do one right now, and we're gonna go a little bit further with this. And I'm gonna get further.
Okay.
You know what makes this even more sillier than when we do these fucking streams? I know all of these stories already before we even get into these, and I don't I pre-watched some of this, but I did not know we were going over this.
And I think a lot of these stories that they're told like this didn't actually happen. They're just people telling stories like cautionary tales, right?
Yeah. Don't go out into the wilderness.
Probably didn't actually happen, but I know somebody whose cousin, whose brother, who had a daughter, who, you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing.
Well, it's like, don't go out into the wilderness after dark. Don't go into the swamp. Don't go swimming in this lake. You know what I'm saying? It's just cautionary tales to get humans to not be killed in ways that, like, going swimming in the middle of the night in a reservoir or in a lake or a stream or whatever, a river, you're most likely going to die. So what you do is you tell fucking underage kids, or you tell your fucking 10-year-old, hey, don't go out, blah, 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 for yakety the shrackety, because the fucking Wendigo is going to get you or something, right? Just because you're trying to get them to just don't go out at night. Like, and you want to know why? That's exactly it.
Yep.
How many times have you been around kids where, like, they asked a million whys?
When they're 3 or 4, it's always why?
Yeah, or even up to 7 to some extent. You're like, okay, I don't want you going swimming after dark, and they go, why? And you're like, because you might get pulled in the undertow. Oh, because like there's not enough light. Oh, what's the easier way to fucking say this bullshit?
Why?
Because there's a fucking sea monster out there.
Scary monster.
Yeah.
Thank you,
saying, well, just because, and then you end up saying, "Fuck off, you little cunt."
Well, and then
trying to cook your noodle doodles and your fucking chicken nuggets.
But the major problem that we have with current societies is what you're supposed to do when somebody becomes of age at a certain point, just like with Santa Claus, leprechauns, and the Easter Bunny. You're supposed to, at certain points, go, no, we told you that story so that you didn't go in there. So to have fun, if you want to have fun with your kids, you tell them the same story. But that there's not Nessie out there. There's not the Crab Man. There's not you're supposed to actually tell people, or your kids or cousins, uncles, aunts, and other people, no. Like the drop bear. Eventually, you're supposed to tell people that we're making a joke on it, right? No, bro.
I think drop bears are real. They're koalas.
Yeah, exactly. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, when somebody ends up in the wilderness of Australia, you're supposed to let them on about that, just like Rocky Mountain oysters. What do you do after somebody eats fucking bull's balls? You tell them what it is. You're like, hey, you
want friends together, you get some drink in you and go, we're gonna go snipe hunting. We're gonna,
yeah, exactly,
that kind of thing.
And then eventually you actually are supposed to tell them. Sure, but then eventually you're supposed to tell them it's a fucking joke. That's how a
Right.
joke works. If they don't know it's a joke, then I mean, you can keep leading somebody on forever about it, but no, the actual joke part is when you tell them it's a motherfucking joke. Like, nah, bro, we literally sent you out to go get blinker fluid.
Blinker. Come on, we all know that haggis exists, though. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, but do you know how to catch one and how you have to hunt them down and get them in the moonlight on a full moon and
right.
So once again, it may be a little bit of truth, but it's all the play on everything. But eventually, you're supposed to tell those people that shit.
Right.
Yes. Is it fun to get a tourist to come in and believe something and leave without telling them? Fuck yeah. But if some reporter comes to you and is like, oh, what's a drop bear? You're like, oh, that's what we tell the idiots that come on vacation that are fucking dumbasses that don't understand. Like, we're making fun of them because they're gullible. Not saying stupid, but gullible, or ignorant on the situation. And it's just a lot of fun. And, or like Nessie, Area 51 and around that, it is to make money and commerce around the area. So keeping up that lie, fuck yeah, I'm totally down for that. Like, for you to make commerce, for you to bring in extra money into your town, your city, by having the Mothman, blah, blah, blah. Go for that bullshit. But you literally need to tell everybody around you, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
That
like,
fuck shit ain't real.
Exactly. Like,
Santa doesn't exist anymore because we and Blitzo killed him.
Exactly, and all the other
reindeer rebelled.
Yeah. Anyways. So obviously,
tired of having that dust blown, the magic dust blown in their faces, and said, "Screw this shit! You're dead." Drugging us to make us fly your sleigh.
Munched them up like a keto.
All right. Let's do a little bit of some I really wanted to do a little bit more of Alex Jones stuff because today I was sitting at the bar with somebody who said, I only get my news from Alex Jones. And I went,
oh no.
I'm like, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm
not gonna go up and like, oh my Jesus Christ, because I don't want a fight to happen at the fucking bar. But he literally goes, I don't watch no news organizations. I get all mine from Alex Jones because he's always right. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh yeah. Hey, Slim, he's always right winged.
He's always right inside
he's
the
not
pockets.
Right wing. He is.
He's always right. He's never left.
He's in his own political spectrum. Are you kidding
me? He's right in the pockets of rich people. Mm-hmm. Like that's exactly the. So, anyways, let's crack on. We're going to get into the craziest conspiracy theories from Joe Rogan.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, this guy's.
So the moon landing.
What made you make the switch from like being a moon landing to not?
Okay, so right quick, we're gonna do one more shot. Yep. So thank you, NANA.
Yes, thank you. NANA. Bad vodka.
Bad vodka. Oh my god. All right. Anyways.
In Russia, vodka drink you.
In Russia, vodka do you. Anyways.
Yeah, I know Alex Jones is into that controversy to sell his stuff. It's all about selling
he's selling his penis pills, his bucket of fucking protein, his fucking anti-gay frog serum that he sells. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, it's literally just into selling his fucking shit.
But we all know they're making the fucking frog gay.
And you want to know what's kind of funny, and I really hate to admit this at all. My dad and our fucking pantry has buckets of the stuff and the military. Oh, Jesus Christ. He has these. Oh my God. It's so bad that he has
what
all
stuff?
of that shit. The
Does
fucking
he?
bucket.
No.
He has the apocalypse buckets. He has the
all the
fucking
prep
theme
stuff.
of like, oh my God, he has so much prepper stuff in there. And I'm like, oh my Jesus Christ. We're in the middle of like butt fucking nowhere. We're almost in Wyoming. And you think that we're going to be a part of the apocalypse? No, huh?
That's
No,
not
bro.
a bad
I mean,
thing, though,
literally.
Slim. If there's ever something going down, like a natural
No,
disaster, at
we're
least
in the perfect
got
place
stuff.
for. No, totally. We're in the
Yeah.
perfect place for sure. But it's funny that like he literally is just like bought like too much stuff of the things, and it's like, you know, that you can like, we can just like buy canned soup, and we can buy like, there's so many other thingy-mabobbers that you can buy and do all the things for the stuff.
Yeah, but
the
still,
bone
canned
broth.
food will go bad. You know.
Same with everything that he
Canned
bought.
food you
There's
can have
everything.
for a couple of years, but you got to keep rotating it out. You just don't have
And
it.
same-
Say, I'll keep this for 5 years from now, whatever.
Yeah,
same
so,
with
so,
that
so
bucket.
basically, you're always eating shit.
Yeah, no, he literally buys $100 buckets of nothing, and literally the same difference. Eventually, it will go bad, even if it was like
You can buy like dehydrated
more
stuff.
powdery.
That won't
No,
go bad.
it
Takes long to go.
it's more MRE stuff and things.
Okay.
But anyways, it doesn't matter. Like literally, like he really thinks that the fucking end is nigh, and it's like, dude, are you kidding me? Like,
No, not the end, but like it is gonna happen that there's gonna be like the grid, like over here, the grid is gonna fail at some point.
Well, and there's gonna-
that's a fact.
And if the Trumpses doesn't win, we're gonna have a civil war, and I'm more worried about
We'll be fighting
armor.
the vampires than the werewolves with the Silver War.
Yeah. No, I'm more worried about the yeah, exactly. Someone. No, I'm worried about body armor than I am about anything else right now.
Yeah.
But luckily, I know how to live in the middle of the nowheres. I said this a gazillion and a half times. And if anybody wants to join me, I know like not very many of y'all are close to me, but I used to do 2-week rendezvous up in the mountains to where you could not bring anything that existed after 1836.
Oh, okay.
So I literally like know how to make my own fires. I know how to like build my own stuff. I know how to make my own teepees. I know to like
I
literally.
think
I know
it
how to
would be
live in the
awesome,
wilderness.
but I'd go crazy without electricity.
No, I'm on the same page with you. But if the world got that fucked, I'm gonna go live in the middle of butt fucking nowhere in the mountains in Colorado, and I am going to make it so that there's booby traps all around me.
There you go.
And
Yep.
or I get to know what happens around me a quarter of a mile because I can have jingle bells or things that make noises around. Like I know how to do all that crap because I live that. And so what we used to do, really quick, I'm going to go as fast as I can through this. We used to live 2 weeks in the mountains with nothing that existed after 1836. And Boy Scout troops would come through and we teach them how to trap. We would teach them to make a fire with the bow way and also the spark, the flintlock way, and shoot black powder. And rifles. We taught them how to shoot bow and arrows, and we taught them how to skin and a handful of other things. I know how to do all that. I taught people how to do that.
There you go.
Straight. So yeah, no. Y'all fuck yourselves up. I'm gonna go live in the motherfucking mountains, and I'm gonna be a mountain man for most of my life because I can literally go do that. Do I want to do it? Fuck no. I love fucking cities, but. Anyways, let's crack on with this idiocracy right quick.
To like,
that's a good question.
Crazy if we didn't. If you don't
no, I don't think we're crazy. No, this is my take on it. Absolutely, I don't know enough about astrophysics, about space travel, about the science that's.
Yeah, you're a meathead that is a gazillionaire, and the only reason you're a gazillionaire is because you fucking got hired on that fucking fear program, and that's where you made all your money. And your wife and your kids are asking for money constantly. And the reason I know that is because you will talk about it on your fucking stream. Oh, I didn't want to be a millionaire, but my fucking wife and my kids were like, I need more money. And then he fucking bowed down to them to some extent, although he did do it to some extent himself. But
also, if you know fuck all about it, you have no opinion on the subject at all.
No valid opinion. No valid opinion. You can still have an opinion.
Well, yeah.
When all of your time and energy goes into taking enough protein and taking enough steroids, allegedly, yeah, you don't have enough brain power for you to actually cohesively think about what's going on around you and or taking up these topics and talking to these people as well.
You know, the work that's been done about how to get a rocket to the moon and back. I definitely don't know enough. That's rocket science. And I've looked at a lot of very compelling documentaries that explain.
Not enough.
Why?
The basics of rocket science is it's
propulsion.
Interesting.
They think it was.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, let's go a little bit through this.
Hoaxed. And they'll show you some footage, and you can look at some of the footage, and it looks fake as fuck. There's some footage that, to me, looks really doctored.
So he's doing what they all do with moon landing. They go by the footage, like the astronauts appearing to fall, or that one where the guy's going around like a corner and he disappears a little bit, which is just an edit issue. It has nothing to do with the actual glitches. He's doing that BS.
Yeah, and if you are working in videography, then you know exactly.
Are they going to show any of his exemplars?
I don't think so.
He's just
but
going to
you can
talk.
tell, he's watching all the wrong videos. That's the problem.
He's watching the videos that the conspirators doctored themselves.
And the thing is, if NASA was gonna fake all its footage, why would they have so many mistakes and everything?
You would never. That's not how a film. That's not how.
That's not how that works.
A movie,
they don't do that to say, "Aha,
exactly.
we're gonna put this in there just to make you, to mock you people."
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And
Joe
Rogan, you want to know how I know you're a fucking dumbass? Because you putting your fucking mouth up to the goddamn motherfucking microphone. That microphone is made for it to be as far away as my microphone is from my mouth right now. So that means
you only do that
when you want to do something like this, then you get a bit closer.
But otherwise, you're just chilling.
Hi guys.
You're just chilling back. You just chill like
Yeah. Well, when I want to talk about the reptilian race, that's when I get close to the ASMR.
Oh yeah. When you work for Slim,
but again,
when you work for NPR, you got to talk like this and
exactly.
But
no, bro. And then the other thing that's fucking pissing me off is he wears those headphones. I fucking hate that he wears those headphones. You don't need to be wearing those headphones.
No, he doesn't.
For a fucking thing. Why are they? Anyways, let's crack on. I'm gonna go a little bit more with this, and then we're almost out here.
Honestly, I can't stand to have both my headphones on my ears unless I'm playing like a game where like Phasma, where I need to hear like it's got that spatial sound to it.
Yeah, totally.
So you can hear. But if I'm talking, I can't stand them in both ears because I feel like I have to shout because I can't hear myself fully. You know what I mean?
But you can set it up so you have some feedback in your headphones.
Right.
Well, it matters on if you have the right fucking set for the. But that's exactly why I use these inner ear, the little tiny little. They're $5 fucking headphones.
Yeah.
I use for these streams because they cover just enough amount of my ear that I can still hear what I'm saying and what's going on around me, but I can still hear everything that's inside.
Well, it's like me. I can still hear what I'm saying, but it's like muffled. So I feel like when I talk, I have to speak up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I think it's more of a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So I always keep one ear
for me,
uncovered. Always.
Sure.
I do have quite a loud voice, so
yeah.
And that's another
I
reason
think for
why
me it's not that big of a problem, but
that's another reason why I don't use big muffs over my ears when we do.
Oh,
streams,
okay.
is
Unless
because
it's someone with their thighs around your, then that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly. But that's why I
Danny's
use
big
these
muff.
silly little things. Although I need to get wireless little ones. But anyways, let's track on. And that's why I like the certain version that I have for my headphones and my microphone for being on the PS4. There's one of them that I have that is $100 version, and that lets me hear my own self. I can turn on my own self, or I can turn it off if I don't. So I love.
Okay.
I don't. I
thought I
need to
turned you
hear-
on.
I don't love hearing. I don't. It's not ego stroking for me to hear myself, but it's nice to hear myself through my things when I'm talking to interact with other people. It makes it a little bit easier. So I don't feel like
I
I'm
often find it very annoying.
Just like Mama said.
I hate the way I sound. So does everyone else.
No, I hate the fucking way I sound too. But like Mama was saying, then I feel like I'm screaming if I can't hear myself through myself while I'm blah blah blah. And that's why I said like I use these. Because I barely put them in, and now I can hear myself talking to through, and then I can hear y'all as well, and it makes it easier. Anyways, let's crack on. Let's go a little bit more with this, and then we don't need to go more into the idiocracy.
There's some, to this day. Some when you ever seen ones where it looks like they're on wires, that the astronauts are on wires?
I have.
There's some where there's a video where they look like they're on trampolines,
Hey, Mari.
bouncing around on trampolines. The physics are different in different videos. This is where it gets weird. Like the physics are different from the Apollo 11
good
moon
to know.
landing.
Oh my Jesus Christ. Why do you think they're trampolines? What the fuck is going on anymore?
I think I'm wondering if he's talking about like when they're on the moon and that one astronaut falls down and bounces back up.
Yeah, okay.
It's what 1/6 lower gravity, or it's like a sixth of gravity we have, or something like that on the moon.
Even though they do not find their footing after that. But anyways, yeah, totally.
That's what I'm guessing is what he's talking about. Yeah.
No, I believe that as well.
And also, if it's a trampoline, like if you do just one jump, that's really fucking hard.
And you're gonna go up and down a couple of times or whatever. So anyways, let's go ahead and end with this. If you didn't know, Major Green Twat got called out by the Democratic person and was called a bleach blonde, bad built butch body because MGT said that Crockett had fake eyelashes, even though Major Green Twat has fucking dyed hair and a bunch of other shit that makes her fucking fake. But we're gonna end on this. So just give me just a millisecond to get there, and then we will. And if you don't know who Tennessee Brando is, everybody go and show him some love. Oh my jeez. Okay, here we blow. Everybody go to Tennessee Brando's channel and show him some love. I'm going to keep it.
Oh, he made a
that's fine,
song.
that's fine.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So here we blow, y'all, and this is about how we're gonna end the
So
night.
great.
wrote a song, but there was no way I could let this one slip past me. She's a bleached blonde, bad-built, butch body, swinging for the fences, good God Almighty. A heat-seeking missile, too scared to debate, cries like a baby when she don't get her way. Yeah, she can dish it out, but she sure can't take her whole damn life. She just fakes it to make it. Nobody cares what she has to say. Some new eyelashes wouldn't help her anyway. One bad-built butch body, swinging for the fences, good God Almighty. Heat-seeking missile, too scared to debate, cries like a baby when she can't get her way. Yeah, she's out there pushing their propaganda. Can't get it done, just blame it on Brandon. She loves to talk tough, throw around her weight. Oh, baby girl, don't even wait. You're a bleach blonde, bad-built, butch body, swinging for the fences, good God Almighty. Heat-seeking missile, too scared to debate, cries like a baby.
Hands in a way. Okay. That's pretty much.
I'm gonna take that. Slim, that I sent that link I send you. I'm gonna go clip. I think I'll clip out the part where she does the eyelashes and the other lady saying the beach blind and put them one after the other, like a little sound bite, so you can play it on here or something.
Yeah. Let me know for sure. All right, folks, we're gonna get the fuck out here. Tomorrow is the Weds of the Myths days. And so we have a bunch of crazy shit. I actually did a couple more articles that we're going to go over than we normally do because fuck it, why should we not go over a bunch more stuff and things? So thank you all very much for being here. Please
thank you all.
Subscribe.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Comment at least a robot head after we get into this, at least something, and share or get your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin to watch or at least click on the stream so we can get more stuff in the algorithms because we need a little bit more viewing times and stuff. And I get this
for some families, make sure they don't find out you're watching this shit.
Sure.
Oh, my family knows I watch this. Oh, they do.
I'm good. I'm glad. And anyways, so thank you all very much for being here. We'll see you all tomorrow for a drunk news report. And then Thursday is the Flat Earth Dunces. And it is more idiocracy that we're going over.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a video done for tomorrow, maybe Thursday. I just need to finish the last bit of it. And then, so I'm trying to get it out tomorrow. If not, it will be Thursday, but you will all be notified. So
definitely. And if you don't know what the last experiment is, that's
the final
what we're going to be going.
The final experiment.
Thank you, Mama. I said it wrong. The final experiment. If you know what that is,
experiment.
The final experiment.
There's actually a YouTube page called The Final Experiment that has all the videos on it.
And I believe almost everybody has been chosen so far, so we know the components.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody has said who has been there, but we do have a handful of people that have said they are entered into the combat. Let's put it that way. So
they're gonna help in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and we'll go. What we're going over Thursday is the people that are supposedly
no flat earther is going to take them up on it.
No, we already know that 3 of them have, and then we have a couple others.
So far, there's 3 flat earthers that have helped, like by saying, "Here's a good way to help with the experiment," things like that. So right now it's 3 and 0 for the globe.
Well, actually, today one of the Globers was told that they're going to be on it. And we'll see in the next day or
I'm
so.
Looking here. I'm getting the page or the
Creaky Blinders said that they were given a the pass or something for it. So we'll see. I don't know 100%.
Yeah, I think it should be someone like
There we go.
like FCFE
Okay, I
or
put the link for that channel in the side chat.
Yeah. So I believe that there's
MC2,
two.
like those are like, yeah. I
No,
believe
that's who should
Simon
exactly
Dan
go.
already said he wasn't
Well,
able.
people have
because of when it
commented.
was.
Yeah.
People have commented. I think Jaron should go on the Flat Earth side because he at least does experiments. He would be a little bit more fair than majority of them. On the Globe side, I think it should be somebody that's like Wolfie or somebody like that does experiments as well. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But
Dirth
Will Duffy said he's
supposedly-
paying for a Glober and a Flat Earther to go.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And Dirth said that
Dirth won't go.
they're supposedly going, but they're not going to, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm intimidated.
I'm sorry, Dirth is not reliable because he lies too easily. He's a proven liar.
Yeah, totally.
We
It'd be
need
fun.
somebody that's actually going to do something, actually going to take proper video and do stuff correctly. So people
Totally.
actually mentioned Dave McKeegan as well because he is a photographer.
Yeah, and so we do have that, and we'll talk. That's what we're talking about on Thursday. Is all that stuff.
which Globey I think should go? That weirdo Slim Living Cyborg.
I wish I could get an opportunity to do that. We'll see. We'll talk about it on Thursday with how many people are going there and who's not and stuff and things and all of the information we have about what's going to happen for that cruise expedition, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So thank you all very much for being here. You all rock.
y'all.
Y'all are amazing. And we will see you all tomorrow for a drunk news report. So everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye, bitches. Love all